Yo, it's Guido coming at you with the Tactics Talk. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of World of Tanks with Guido, and we've got Beanhole. He is back from Relic 2 in a Tier 9 T-30 American heavy tank. I know it's a TD. It's really a heavy tank. It's a great Tier 9 heavy tank. In fact, he's going to play it like a heavy tank. This is a classic takedown with a high alpha tank being supported by several smaller alpha, faster firing heavies along with him. He is here on Fjords. That's right, it's Fjords. He's going to take a quick peek here and see if he can't sneak a shot in, but he gets lit and wisely moves on. And heads up here, we got a T10. We're going to see several guys show up here, but we've got a T26E5 and 103. We have Bean in his 750 alpha monster gun heavy tank that they call a TD. You know, this used to be the Tier 10 American heavy tank, by the way. It got switched out. So what he wants to do in here is he wants to work with his guys and gets a little goobered up with them and then drops 744 onto the T26 and basically takes that guy out of the game. Just T26E5 comes in there, finishes him off. He gets one shot. Beanhole has a long reload, though. You'll see that he just gets safe, and now he comes around and he's looking to get in there and drop that big. Oh, and that's a bummer. I had to rush it a little bit, and the 5100 is out of reloads. Now here comes the ISM. The T26, I don't know what he's doing, AFK or something right there, kind of looking into the rock. And the 103 is pushing out. You'll see Bean is now reloaded. Comes out when he was just about ready and drops it on the 5100, who was reloading his clip. And now you've got 4 tanks pushing it. So they took only one hit and took down 2 tanks. Beanhole's doing a nice job in here, and what you want to do with this big alpha TD is wait for your chance to come out and just drop the big hits on people. The other tank's giving him cover, giving him cover, taking shots in between his reload. He strips that 750 off and makes the tank short work for the rest of his buddies, and they've basically pushed right through the south and are wrapping around. So let's take a look at what Beanhole does here. It looks like the best idea is to come back around and catch all these guys who are now in a crossfire, and that's absolutely right. They're going to come around here and watch as he prioritizes a certain tank. There's a couple he could shoot here, but he sees the T-30 on really good hit points, comes in here and just drops a big hit into his back for 808. So that was a nice high roll right there. And his buddies cover fire, right? All the other tanks are busy. It's a huge crossfire. He prioritizes probably the most dangerous tank. And look at this poor T-28 trying to turn. It looks like he's got an engine down. He's also in that soft terrain. He cannot turn his tank anywhere near fast enough. So I think that was a great decision, obviously. And they're just continuing to work together as a pack. The T-5041 is in big, big trouble. Beanhole's waiting, and there you go. He's got the reload. He comes out just in time to zoom in. Maybe slightly late, but he did minimize the amount of exposure he had to the autoloader right there and drops another. What did he get? 750, the perfect shot. Now let's talk about this for a minute, because this is an interesting decision. You can see that the ISM is pushed in kind of unwisely into a T-55A, and he actually gets abused quite a bit by that T-55A. The T-5041 is near dead, and he's got plenty of trouble with all these guys pushing into him. And there is a Type 61 back behind there. Beanhole's actually going to go for the cap and come over here and try to support this ISM. And I think that's the right decision. Watch what he also does right here, though. He's moving along, and he's clicking on the Type 61 saying, hey, can somebody go back there and deal with this? I'm going to go help out the T-55A. Now, had there been more with the Type 61, you can probably bet that Bean would have turned around and just moved back. Even as slow as this tank is, you have to put a nice shot into the side of this guy. Just waits for the right shot there. But he clicks on it. The Carnarvon's headed back there, and he's going to come in here and he tries to help the ISM out, but T-55A goes right through him. And if he's shooting his heat, won't be a big deal. He's going to come around here and watch how he deals with this. He knows he's got the hit points to give, so he just drives around the corner, says, yeah, go ahead and shoot me. I'll trade you the 430 death for the 290 you're going to do to me. And now it's just the Type 61 back there, and he's just basically going after Artie. There's plenty of guys to jump on the cap and win this thing, and in any event, the 53-55 shotguns him. And we have Bean sitting at 5,172 with 105 assists and 3 kills, and just a classic takedown using the high alpha tank to back up some smaller, lower alpha tanks, but that fire faster. And because the enemy team wasn't able to get together and concentrate their fire, and they were outnumbered, they just quickly whittled them down, and then came around, flanked them, whittled those guys down, and it was all over but the shouting right there. Thanks for sending that in, Bean. I like the decision making right there. Nicely done with the T-30, one of my favorite tanks in the game. We will see you.